Welcome back to the Leaf Blower Revolution Guide. In this guide, we're talking about your first steps in Energy Build. Energy Build has some unique mechanics that we need to go over, so you're able to know exactly what you're doing when you enter it or have entered it. Now, for the next new type of leaf, I recommend that you go to your graphics and double check that your quality is on high, or your draw other leaves and basic leaves are on, just so you get to see what is happening and be able to blow off the new type of leaf, which is the plasma leaf. We want to head over to the energy belt and go to the plasma forest. The plasma forest, you'll notice that the leaves will actually start spinning around you besides being blown off. And this is very cool and satisfying to look at, but you'll notice that you can't initially blow these off the screen. So how do you collect these plasma leaves? Well, you just have to wait for them to continually spin around you and gain speed. Once they reach a threshold, then your plasma leaves will be able to be blown off the screen and you'll be able to collect those plasma leaves. If you want, you can turn off your ALBs to make this a little bit easier, especially when you first start it, but I'll have them off right here just to demonstrate it. So once they get fast enough, they'll reaches around this radius here, you can slowly move your character to one of the sides of the screen. I'll go to the left side, and we can gently move it so they get blown off the screen right there. I highly recommend that you do have your scrolls, especially your leaf scroll on, as this will triple the amount of leaves that you do get, which I highly recommend that you do. Next mechanic that we need to go over is the plasma shop. Not really a mechanic, but let's go over the plasma shop and see what upgrades we can get here. The first two upgrades are the traditional upgrades that we see with new types of leaves, leaf marketing and plasma fertilizer. The next one is going to be quite useful as it reduces the minimum blow-off speed of plasma leaves by 10%. Next we have more electrical storage, which adds 100 more electrical energy storage per level. Next we have saturated shards. This goes up to level 3 and increases the max shards count per leaf by 1, meaning that we're able to have up to 20 shards on a leaf, completely maxing out 2 properties with 10 shards each. Next is Leaf Send Accelerator, which reduces leaf send conversion time by 5% per level. The next upgrade is going to be a new mechanic, which is increasing type damage by 7.5% per level. Types are basically strengths and weaknesses between two types. For instance, let's say a type is platinum. Let's just say platinum is weak to gold type, meaning that if our crafted leaves have type gold and there is a type platinum boss, then we will do increased damage to that boss, because every boss in Energy Belt will have a specific type allocated to them. The next upgrade is cheaper transformations, which decreases the transformation cost of plasma leaves by 10% and does not affect shards. The craft hammer, which increases the chance to craft rarer items. We have increased backpack capacity up to 8 and 1 per level, and more craft sets if you would like more craft sets in your sets area to be saved. That is going to be it for the plasma shop, so let's go over the bosses that we have to kill. These forces are the terrors, and they have 4 areas per terror. We have the blue planet, the green planet, the red planet, and the purple planet. These represent the blue terror, the green terror, the red terror, and the purple terror. All 4 of these bosses have the same HP and damage. However, they have different types of damage types, so we're going to have to change our crafted leaves craft type damage on our crafted leaves to be able to kill these bosses. Now, to find out which damage type is weak to what and what type other terrors are, we can go into our stats and go to damage types. Here we'll see all our damage types and what they're weak and strong to or neutral to, and we can see the additional damage to type. So we can double check that we're doing increased damage to a specific type with this screen. We can go to our enemies, and we can go to enemies, scroll all the way down to the bottom, and we can see the total damage that we are doing to the terrors in blow damage and slap damage, so we can know exactly what damage we need to do for them. I believe for the terrors, they have a HP of, I think, E68, but I believe that you need about E66 slap damage, I believe, to kill the terrors. To get this damage, we're going to use the type mechanic and also the new artifact that we get in the Plasma Forest to help us gain enough damage to defeat these terrors. This new artifact comes with the Plasma Forest and is in the artifacts area, and it is called the Leaf Ascension exploit. I highly recommend that you start having Flocko as your permanent pet, as without Flocko you're going to have to wait weeks for this artifact to spawn. Flocko reduces this spawn time all the way down to about 2 minutes, 3 minutes, so you're able to quickly farm these Leaf Ascension exploits. Before we get into what exactly Leaf Ascension exploits do, Leaf Ascension exploits are dependent on how many boss kills of the Cursed Cheese, which is the Halloween event boss. As every 25 levels, we will increase the level cap of the amount of Leaf Ascension level that we can get. So once we get our boss kills from our Cursed Cheese and have up to at least 125 kills, which is going to be the max amount of Leaf Ascension max level we can get, which is L6, we can start, or even before that, we can start farming our Leaf Ascensions. So what Leaf Ascension exploit does, as it creates a Leaf Ascension, an available Leaf Ascension without using the cost for it. For example, if I wanted to get a level 4 Leaf Ascension, I just need, I believe, 16 or whatever your cost is before of L3s to be able to use this Leaf Ascension exploit and have a chance to get a Leaf Ascension of an L4 without using the cost of those L3s. You can quickly use this to get up to L6s, which will 1000 times extra damage. Combine that with your type damage on your leaves, and you'll have it quite easily be able to kill the terrors, and you can start moving on from there. So to summarize what that is, I highly recommend that you start equipping Flocko as your permanent pet and making sure that we have our Leaf Ascension exploit on auto use and coming back to farm Leaf Ascension's exploit as much as we can, so we're able to get the maximum amount of efficiency out of using them, because our Leaf Ascension exploits have a 2-minute cooldown per use. I believe that is it for this video and the first steps into the energy belt. If you have any questions, make sure you leave them down in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe as well. I'll catch you on the next one.